Hello, I'm Cosmic Jack. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Want to come on and talk about this full moon in Leo that we have happening on February 12th. I love a moon in Leo. I love a full moon in Leo, especially because the Leo is all about love. It is about the heart. It is about your inner light. It is your radiance. It is your magnetism. It is about just being seen. It is ruled by the sun. So just think of the energy of the sun and all of the pull and the energy and the magnetism of the sun. And it is always just radiating that light. And so the Leo energy is like your inner light. It's about your heart. It is your magnetism. It is your courage. It is your bravery. It is your expression. It is very inner child. It is your play, your pleasure, the drama, the romance, the novotel. Like, is that the right, the I don't know if that's like the novotel is like the right word. I'm like thinking like like a telenovela, like a dramatic romance. You know what I mean? I don't know what a novotel is. You can leave a comment or I can like Google this afterwards. But that's the word that came through. But a full moon in Leo always happens during Aquarius season. Aquarius and Leo are on the axis of the love that you give and the love that you receive. And so Leo is about the love that you give to yourself, and Aquarius is actually about the love that you receive from others. And so the love that you give to yourself sets the tone and the frequency and the vibration for what you attract in. And so how you love yourself is really goddamn important. And that is really what is coming to fruition, to culmination, and to a boiling point with this full moon in Leo. And I know these past few days leading up to this full moon have been really intense and emotional. That's because the moon has been building. It has been rising to this, the precipice point, the full manifestation, and that requires some shedding and some releasing so that you can fully burn and be bold and bright, right? And that has been extra potent, shall I say, because it has, not only has it been with Mars retrograde in Cancer, it's also been square Chiron. And so Mars retrograding in Cancer has been square Chiron as well. And so really we're having to heal these inner wounds of our identity, our masculine. Aries is ruled by Mars, and then Mars, of course, retrograde in Cancer. It's having us like internally recalibrate confirmation our inner masculine and how we show up and show out and put up for ourselves, right? And really the standards and the boundaries that you hold for and have for yourself, because so many women, that's really actually like their block. It's not that they have to do any work to their feminine. It's actually like you need support from your masculine to be like, I got you. I'm going to lead us. I'm going to take care of us. Like, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to provide for you. And I'm going to have boundaries and standards around who is allowed into your heart. And what happens is when you start to internally shift and assert this within yourself, is your inner light naturally turns on, and you feel that there's just like joy and this happiness and this like, it's like because you've gotten all of your energy back for yourself. And so often you've just been making it rain. You've been making your light rain for everyone else but your goddamn self, right? And so this full moon in Leo is like when you pull your energy back, the pigeons take flight, right? The pigeons leave. And that is important. That's actually an important part of the process, because you want to scoop and clean out. I'm like picturing just like an ice cream scoop. You're scooping out your energy field, and when you're doing that, when you're clearing out your emotions and your energetic blocks around your heart, your past pain, your codependency, your people pleasing, like all of these things that get stored in your heart, then you align and you attract in people who benefit from you not having boundaries and from you being a people pleaser. And so it's like when you turn your energy inward towards yourself and you take care of your inner light, it's like all of those pigeons, they leave. They're no longer in alignment. And so then there's like this recalibration period around like the dissipation, right? And so you actually just have to use your masculine to really hold and nurture and take care of yourself while things are getting rearranged and realigned. And you can't just like look back on your past from like this energy of mourning and looking back on your past with fear of like that's gonna happen again, or like, oh my gosh, like I can't trust anyone anymore. And it's like, no, because when you've reestablished that relationship with your inner masculine, you don't have to actually worry about anything because your masculine's got you. And so there's just and then too, you trust your inner light and your magnetism to pull and attract in the things that are for you so that you can receive what you want. And then you can receive really fulfilling, aligned connections. And it's a really beautiful thing. And so this full moon has this energy of like ahas, it's like one big aha moment, because the sun is with Mercury in Aquarius. This is like new insight, new innovations, new ideas, new downloads. It's super high octave frequency and energy. And what does the full moon do? It brings all of this like previously unseen things to light so that you can see them. And so you're like, oh shit, I didn't realize that like that was keeping my vibration low. I didn't realize that one thing was creating energetic sludge in my heart, right? And so it's really been this like interesting energy, because Cancer really is about your inner heart, and really like it's like how you nurture, it's your emotional needs, how your emotional foundations, how you take care of yourself and nurture yourself and self-soothe. Whereas Leo then takes it and expresses it all out, right? And it's like, I'm gonna splatter my heart on blast and like splatter my heart everywhere, because I just have so much gold fairy dust to give everyone, right? But if you're not also receiving that love back and that same energy back, that's not an aligned connection, right? Because Aquarius teaches us that like attracts like. Because I keep saying, I'm like, Aquarius is a vibration, right? There's two squiggles, it's a vibration. And so we're giving an opportunity to really kind of recalibrate that energy so that we can really receive a lot of miracles and magic and manifestations that are happening. But then you also just have to be safe within yourself to trust that what you put out will be drawn back in. It's like, okay, well, I'm radiating love, so everything that must come back in must love me equally, right? If I'm radiating abundance, I'm going to attract abundance back in. If I'm radiating lack, hello, lack, right? And so it's like you're really just getting this like big mirror. I'm like, Libras love to look in the mirror. Sun of attention energy. So you're getting this like big, like almost like mirrored back like to you what your energy is. And so things are really coming to fruition and a boiling point. And then there's no point in looking it back. It's only looking forward to the future. Aquarius rules your future. Well, that is where we're staying. And to shaken up this energy a bit, we have Uranus in square to this full moon. Uranus gestation direct last week, or really probably a week and a half ago now. And what Uranus and Aquarius has been doing since 2018 has been awakening your divine feminine. In Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is your divine feminine, your feminine heart. Confirmation. And, you know, Venus and Taurus is Taurus is very grounded, it is very secure, it is very serene, it is very sensual. It is just like, you know, just enjoying the sensual pleasures of life that make life worth living. It is fiscal, it is tangible, it is monetary. It's literally the things that we value that make life worth living. And so this is really about your self-love and your self-worth and your self-value as well. And can your inner feminine raise her standards? Can she up-level her standards, right? Because you really get in life what your standards are. So if your standards are on the fucking floor, what do you think you're gonna get? So we gotta raise our standards, connect to our heart, and really just want more for our inner child. Leo is the inner child. And so really connecting back to your inner child's play. Like, what did you like to do for fun? What hobbies did you like to do? How did you play when you were little? Right? And really just kind of connecting back to that energy and that essence, because that is the source of your magnetism. That is what makes you jammy. That's what makes things that you desire come and attract to you. And so that's really what we're being reacquainted with, is the feminine. The feminine, the feminine, the feminine. And whenever Uranus transits are involved, relationships are involved. If you can go back and track relationships of all kinds, by the way. It does tend to be more romantic because that is what Leo really rules and represents, is like the romance, the drama, that telenovela energy I was talking about. It's like, because Leos love to give, they're ruled by their heart, and they love to receive love. So I always say, however Leo loves you is how they want to be loved in return, and their love languages is all 5 equally. So like their attention, they love to receive attention, and they love to give attention, and they love to adore and be adored in return. And again, it's like we're turning that back on ourselves and being like, how do you want to be loved? You could have anything. Like, what would be your standard? How would you love yourself? What would you do for yourself? You know, and really just kind of start integrating more things that show you that you love yourself, you know? That could be, I mean, that's very specific to you, and, you know, looking at your birth chart will show you how you best do that. But, you know, like I was talking about in one of my previous videos, how I go on an adventure. I go on an adventure twice a week now, because that is what my Venus in Sagittarius likes. So we just are all up for the adventure. That's what makes me feel nourished and taken care of and satisfied and happy. And so it's like, what can you just like add in that like shows the universe like how much you love yourself? Because again, how you love yourself sets the tone and that frequency for everything else. And so Uranus can really be causing, this full moon in Leo and square Uranus can really cause some breakups and shakeups, because that is one, what Uranus rules, but 2, if you're setting this new standard and this elevation for yourself, any person or place, think, behavior, thought pattern, belief, story, idea that's not in alignment with what you're calling in, what you're creating, what you're cultivating, that has to be released. And again, you have to anchor in that self-love while things are getting recalibrated and replaced and revamped and rewired. And so I always say with Uranus takes what has been outdated for a while, and you just have been too stubborn or reluctant to release or give up. And so Uranus kind of forces your hand. It's like, okay, like you've been in that relationship you've known that wasn't good for you for 4 months too long. 4 years too long. We're taking it. Like, it's gone, right? Sayonara, see you later, sucker, right? Au revoir. And that's the energy of Uranus. And so, too, like, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be like it could be like the relationship with yourself needs a revamp, right? It could be your relationship with your home needs to be revamped, right? Could be your relationship with money, right? Your relationship with how you like see and value and take care of yourself. Only you know what that specific thing is for yourself, but this is very much like a changing and a breaking point. I mean, February in general had this like kind of like big like recalibration energy, but this is just like things are getting pulled and things are getting cemented. And so again, you have to be able to anchor in safety and trust in the midst of that recalibration, because sometimes it just takes some time for like the chess pieces and the pawns to be moved. Confirmation. So trust that it's all going to happen. Trust that it's all working out for you, and trust that miracles are landing. I'm going to show you the cards I pulled. We have the Star card with the Queen of Pentacles, and right, this is the energy of when the Star comes through, right? When a queen is safe and secure and solid with herself as her foundation, she is able to pull in things to her reality. She's like, I can just reach up and pull things down from the fucking stars in the sky, right? Like I got this. I got this. I trust. Then we have 4 of Cups with the Justice. Again, this is no fear, no worry, no loathing. This is no worrying over the spilt milk, no crying over spilt milk, right? Because no longing for what has been, Sometimes, right, you have to actually have boundaries with yourself to not go back into your past, because sometimes that is your comfort zone, to just like go back into your past because you've already been there, you know what happens. And so, but then what happens is we pull in things that we don't want to create into our reality. And so it's just like you actually just have to have discipline to not allow yourself to like look backwards while the energy is getting recalibrated. Yeah, the Five of Cups, no looking back. Aquarius, future forward. Cause on the other side, we have all of the party energy, all of the synchronicities, all of the downloads, all of the play, all of the pleasure, all of the insights, all of the money, all of the independence, all of the abundance is on the other side of this recalibration energy. You might want to go check out my February energy update because it was all about that also. Because with this full moon, we are now going to be in the eclipse zone. So if you know me, you know I love eclipse season. It is a big time when fate, when karma, when divine events and happenings are unfolding. And so it's like this like divine, like quantum rearranging time. It's like the cosmos are in control and higher octaves and higher energy at play. So you just got to sit back and see what comes through and what unfolds, because your ass is getting launched. If something is out of alignment, trust that the eclipse season will reveal it to you. And this eclipse season has a big love and relationship undertone because, one, we're kicking it off with this full moon in Aquarius, full moon in Leo, energy, square Uranus. So it has this Aquarius, big time Aquarius flavor, shaking shit up. Eclipses have to do with relationships, and then during eclipse season, we're actually going to have Venus retrograde. Venus, of course, is the feminine. It rules relationships. And we have this Uranus and Taurus energy, like moving shit forward. So it's going to be a very interesting time for relationships. Pay attention to what relational themes came through last year when the nodes moved through Libra and Aries, because now with Virgo and Pisces, like it's like, all right, things actually have to be released. Yeah, things just have to be released. And so pay attention to like what your heart is asking you to do. Like listen and trust your heart. I keep hearing this like Pocahontas song when she's like talking to like Grandmother Willow, and it's just like, listen to your heart, you will understand. There's my singing voice for you all. Let me get the mic, the full moon in Leo. Karaoke. Leos love a karaoke. That's like the energy. Like listen to your heart and you will understand, right? I also like really feel called to tell you guys to watch Mufasa. Because I just saw Mufasa and I got like good king code energy. I got good like Leo leadership energy, right? Leos are the kings. They're ruled, like Leo's ruled by the lion. It's a very like lion energy. And so if you want to understand a little bit more of like the Leo energy, like definitely watch Mufasa. We love Mufasa. He's just like a gentle giant. He's a leader. He's courageous. He's brave. And he's so loving and giving and generous. And Leos don't get enough credit for that. And it's, so, again, sometimes we don't necessarily know what like king energy looks and feels like if it like fucking hit us in the face. And so watching something kind of like neutral and like visual like Mufasa, it will show you actually like what king energy looks and feels like. Right, like he takes care of her, he got her, like that sort of energy. And then when you can kind of like familiarize and acquaint yourself with it, you can be it. If you can see it, you can become it, kind of thing. And then you can recognize it when it hits you in the face. Because relationships are being rearranged, babies. So we'll see what happens with that. But March definitely going to be a big like kind of relationship month with Venus retrograde and those eclipses. And so I have a Venus and Aries retrograde video on my YouTube you can check out if you want to learn a little bit more about that. But use this energy in the rest of February to kind of recalibrate your own inner king and queen energy so that you can be ready for that relationship kind of shake up energy. So I'm also hosting a feminine frequency container. We start February 16th, which is a little, I think we start February 18th. So a little over a week away. And it really is about integrating, implementing all these things that we talked about in this video, really coming back to your heart center, your authenticity, what is true and powerful for you and your energy, really descending back into your body, and really turning on your inner light. I have been activated as fuck since I created this container, which Jacq has too, who I am co-facilitating this space with. So if that shows you anything about the energy of this container, confirmation, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be next level. We've really had to clear out our bodies and our energy fields to get ourselves prepared to hold the energy of the transformation, because it is going to be that strong and that powerful and that life-changing and transformative. My life has shifted because of her AHAI energy healing session. So that's what really makes this container special and unique, is we're going through all of the chakras, all of the energy centers, and really clearing out the emotional energy, so that you can heal, you can come back to yourself and really just like release the past for good and like recreate your future with like your heart and your inner light on. So, you know, you can turn like your anxiety and your stress into peace, into calm. You can firm up those boundaries and really reclaim your power. You can really like rebuild that inner trust with your inner child so that your play can turn on. Your intuition is gonna turn the fuck on, so that you just like are always connected with yourself and you always know what to do. Really just gonna feel like super just safe and connected and calm inside of your body, which if you were an airhead like me, was like really life-changing, like expanding that root chakra out so that you can hold more abundance, love, and money, and really just like turn that heart on so that you can really clear those blocks of your past and like just let your energy field do the work for you so that you attract and pull in the energy to you. It makes it a lot less hard, a lot more easeful. You have to do it with a lot less work. So it's really just recalibrating your energy to your higher self and like the woman that you want to be in this world. So I'll post the link for that below. It's going to be so epic. It's going to be jam-packed. We're doing this in 6 weeks. And really just the transformations inside are going to be epic. So I can't wait to see you inside. And happy full moon in Leo. Bye.